Welcome to Car Comparos. Today we are comparing the Datsun Redi Go versus the Maruti Suzuki WagonR. Pricing and features. The top-end Datsun Redi Go S variant costs 3.7 lakh on-road Delhi, which is a whopping 75,000 rupees cheaper than the base WagonR LXI variant costing 4.45 lakh rupees. In spite of being cheaper, the Redi Go S also has additional features like driver's airbag, audio system, and LED DRLs over the WagonR LXI. Performance and drivability. Both cars have more or less equivalent performance. The Redi Go has a slight advantage over the WagonR in spite of its 200cc disadvantage thanks to its 250 kg lighter curb weight. Both cars have weak low-end torque requiring frequent gear shifting during city commutes. The WagonR's K10 engine though has an edge over the Redi Go in terms of refinement and its blissfully free revving nature. Fuel efficiency. The Redi Go has an ARAI certified mileage of 25.17 kmpl, which is 4.7 kmpl more than the WagonR's mileage of 20.5 kmpl. In our real-world tests, the Redi Go was almost 3 kmpl more efficient than the WagonR. This translates to a savings of 45,000 rupees over a usage of 75,000 kilometers at current petrol prices. Space and comfort. The WagonR is slightly longer in length than the Redi Go, but the Redi Go is wider than the WagonR. This gives the WagonR better legroom while the Redi Go gets better shoulder room. That being said, the difference is quite negligible. Redi Go itself has adequate legroom and knee room, and both cars can accommodate no more than 2 passengers on the rear seat. The Redi Go's 222-liter boot is a much-needed 42 liters bigger than the WagonR's piddly little boot of 180 liters. Although the WagonR's interiors definitely feel more premium than the dull and dated interiors of the Redi Go. Handling and ride quality. The WagonR is one of the worst handling cars in our market. Its excessively tall height and relatively narrow width gives it immense body roll around the bends. Understeer cuts in way too early, and pushing it around corners is a borderline scary experience. Stability under panic braking is also in dire need of improvement. In contrast, the Redi Go, though not great, has far better cornering manners than the WagonR, with decent grip and agility around the bends. Both cars have excessively over-assisted steering setups, resulting in further detriment of their cornering abilities. WagonR's ride quality is also a touch inferior to the Redi Go's, and its lower ground clearance limits its ability to tackle broken roads in comparison to the Redi Go as well. Reliability and after-sales service. Nissan Datsun still has a long way to go to even get close to the levels of hassle-free ownership experience provided by Maruti Suzuki in India. Firstly, WagonR has proven its reliability to the Indian car buyers sufficiently well over the past decade. Redi Go, on the other hand, has a newly developed powertrain exclusively for developing markets, and it is best to wait it out till there's enough evidence that excessive cost cutting hasn't resulted in any reliability issues. Maruti's service stations have also proven to be effective, punctual, and affordable, while Datsun's unestablished dealers are yet to get their operations in order. Last but not the least, Maruti's sheer network reach with its 2000 plus touchpoints is far wider than Nissan's 200 odd service outlets. Resale and cost of ownership. The WagonR is bound to depreciate slightly lesser than the Redi Go over the next 5 to 7 years. Overall, the Redi Go S variant works out to be 65,000 rupees cheaper than the WagonR LXI in terms of overall ownership costs. That brings us to the verdict. The majority of Indian car buyers are prone to follow the herd mentality, and they will always join the queue outside Maruti showrooms for the WagonR. But for the rational few who base their decisions on facts rather than second-hand opinions, will definitely go for the Datsun Redi Go. The Datsun Redi Go is much better value for money than the WagonR, thanks to lower price, more features, and lower running costs. It is also a more practical car than the WagonR, with an equally comfortable cabin and a usefully bigger boot than the WagonR. The Redi Go S, in all probability, is also bound to be safer than the WagonR LXi thanks to the driver airbag. It is also a technically superior automobile to the WagonR with slightly better performance, significantly better efficiency, and immensely better dynamics than the WagonR, and thus is our choice of this test.